All right, time to check for some Miami Hurricanes football news. You know, maybe we hired an offensive coordinator. Let's just check around. Huh? Wait, what? Hired defensive coordinator Lance Guidry? Who? What's going on, Canes fans? That's right, Mario Cristobal just hired a new defensive coordinator for the Miami Hurricanes, Lance Guidry. Now, funny story, Guidry was actually set to become the new defensive coordinator for Tulane in the 2023 season after spending the last 2 years at Marshall, but Mario Cristobal had other plans and snatched him up. Now, just be honest with me here for a moment. As a matter of fact, let's get a show of hands. How many of you had even heard of Lance Guidry? And you don't have to play pretend. I'll actually go ahead and start. I'll be honest. I had never heard of this guy until this afternoon. So what does this guy's resume even look like? What in the world did Mario Cristobal see in this dude that led him to believe that he would be a good defensive coordinator here at the University of Miami? Well, what I'm going to do is throw up a little graphic image here on the screen that's been floating around social media so you can take a look at it. So this is just some numbers from Guidry's defense while he was at Marshall last year in 2022. So under his defense, Marshall ranked number 1 in third down defense, number 2 in total defense, number 2 in stop rate, 3 in pass efficiency defense, and so on and so on. When you look at this, it makes it look like Mario might have scooped up a hidden gem with this guy. Now, you can go ahead and pause it and look through the entire list. I'm not going to go through every single one of them, but this just hits on a few of the big ones. Now, let's just go ahead and address the elephant in the room. I know what the majority of you are thinking, but Coop, these numbers were at Marshall. The level of competition is different. It's much less there than compared to Miami. And to an extent, you are correct. But let's also keep in mind that we hired Kevin Steele, who had a lengthy resume, and Josh Gaddis, who won the Broyles Award. And how did those guys turn out for us? How did that work out? Now, to be fair, Marshall did actually beat Notre Dame last year, 26-21, and their defense played pretty good. And I think that Notre Dame might have even been ranked at the time, like number 16 or number 18. So, hey, I like that. But I do understand that this guy has to prove himself at this level here at Miami. All I'm trying to say is I think I'm going to like this hire. A couple of other reasons that I'm personally a big fan of this hire is Guidry is 51, so he's younger than Steele, and yes, that does matter to me. I've heard that he loves to recruit, and he's also very good at it, so you know that Mario was a big fan of that. And he has no previous ties to the area or to Miami, which, believe it or not, is actually a big plus for me. I've said this many times in the past that our fan base, and I'm guilty of this as well sometimes, but our fan base is so infatuated with people who have ties to Miami. We always want to bring in guys that have coached at Miami previously, that have played at Miami. And I don't know, man. I just don't get it. How has that really worked out for us in the past? There's always been some exceptions. There have been times that it has worked okay. And I know that's the case with Mario, right? We're bringing in somebody who played at Miami, who's been at Miami, loves the school. But sometimes we need to look outside of that. And I feel like that's a good move for this defensive coordinator position. And I understand there are a lot of people confused as to why Mario just didn't promote Charlie Strong. I mean, that guy's been a DC at multiple schools, been a head coach. He's already here at Miami. And I do get that argument to an extent. But also, you don't always want to promote from within, right? Sometimes there are better fits. Sometimes there are better candidates. And not saying that Guidry is better than Charlie Strong. He's yet to prove that, especially at this level. But Guidry is a a younger guy, a hungry guy. This dude has something to prove. And maybe that played a part in Mario selecting him instead of promoting Charlie Strong. This guy can bring some much needed consistency and stability here to Miami. This is a guy that will probably stay long term, and that's something that we need, especially after we just lost our DC and OC after one season. And for all we know, guys, Charlie Strong might not have even wanted the promotion. Maybe he's already decided that he's going to Alabama with Kevin Steele. I don't know, but we just have to remember that, he might not want that big of a role. Maybe he stays and just coaches the linebackers. I don't know, but we just have to keep that in mind. The one thing I just won't understand is all of the bashing that I'm already seeing from confused fans on social media, all because this wasn't a big famous name. It's not considered a splash hire because he doesn't have this lengthy list of accomplishments at the Power 5 level as a defensive coordinator. We're guilty a lot of times of naming the same 3 to 5 coaches every single season whenever there's an open position, especially here at Miami. It's always these same big name guys that we never get or that aren't interested. And because it's not in that list, we think that this is not a good hire. And I just don't understand people bashing this dude already when they don't know hardly anything about him. Now, to be fair also, I keep saying that, but Mario does need to prove that he can hire the right guy. Mario doesn't just get a pass all of a sudden. I mean, look at how his first OC and DC hires worked out. They stayed for one season, one of them got fired, and one of them left to go to somewhere else. So Mario does have something to prove with these hires. They have to be the right ones. But yeah, I really think that I like this hire. I'm a big fan, and I can't wait to see what this guy can do here at the University of Miami. And just to throw a couple more random numbers out there, Marshall held opponents to an average of 16 points per game. I don't remember what our average was in 2022, but it definitely wasn't that. They forced 29 total turnovers in 2022 and had almost 3 sacks per game. As I said, I'm excited. So let me see you guys give a nice big warm welcome to Coach Guidry down in the comment section below, because he's now officially family. New defensive coordinator here at the University of Miami. And I think the players are going to be excited to play for this guy. He brings a lot of passion, a lot of energy, and as I said, he should be hungry, and he has a lot to prove and should be here long term. So I think it's a very good hire, at least right now. We'll see how, everything plays out in 2023. I guess I just needed to come back for Mario to make the announcement. I literally just came back from a 2-month break yesterday. And then today, Mario announces a new defensive coordinator. So, coincidence? I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge. But it was interesting, too, because we hired a DC before the OC, and we've needed an OC for quite a while now. But that OC position is tricky, bro. There's a lot of things that play a part in that. I'm sure that Mario has interviewed multiple people. I still think that he really likes Jason Candle, but look at how the DC worked out. It's probably going to be somebody out of left field that we've never even heard of. I don't know, but I do think that he wants Candle. We'll see what happens with that. I'm not rushing him. Man. I'm not. But guys, I appreciate all the love on the videos. Remember, welcome him down in the comment section below, or tell me if you're excited, not excited about it. If you got questions about this dude, let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all in the next one.